Hey guys, this is Diabetic Steve, and I'm here to give you a quick summary and overview of my thoughts of the iPhone 10. To start off this review, I want to go ahead and start off with the 5.8 OLED Super Retina display that Apple's put into this iPhone 10. This thing looks spectacular in person, and clearly, as you can see, it's just all canvas, all display. I actually have the iPhone 8 so that you could get a side-to-side comparison of the two, in a sense of iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 10. Just insane on how much of a difference the sizes are. Smaller with a bigger canvas. Now, what you will tell is that with the iPhone 8 Plus, the screen is actually a bit wider. It's a bit wider, and so that's, I think, what helps out, because this 5.8 is a bit longer, so to speak. Aside from that, you got your true depth camera going from from the display, moving on to the true depth camera. True depth camera is housing a series of proximeters, camera sensors that are picking up the Face ID recognition and the facial mapping features that support for the emojis or animojis. This thing is instantaneous when it comes to unlocking your phone. I mean, I'm not looking at it, I'm not paying attention to it, it's searching for me. The second I look at it, it unlocks. Open up, bam, unlocks, and then I just slide right in. It is super fast. Testing this from the iPhone 8 Plus and then going to the Apple iPhone 10, you could tell that with the iPhone 8 Plus, by the time you push your finger on the Touch ID, it automatically unlocks. By the time you look at it, you're ready to go. With this, I've noticed that when I take the iPhone 10 out of my pocket, I look up, I'm already ready to swipe up to unlock it. So it's just as fast, and the time difference isn't that big of a deal. New gestures on the iPhone 10, so essentially it's a learning curve, because you're going from a home button to go home to now having everything as this being your home button. So you have all your apps here accessible to you. You see an app you like, you click on it, there you go. I want to go back into the app. You have two choices. You could either hold it halfway and open up your multitasking, or Apple's done a cool trick that you could just swipe from the bottom where this bar is, which is essentially signifying your home button, and you swipe up. So the key features are pretty much there. You have on the right hand side your control center. So if you swipe down from the right, you get your control center. Reachability is there, so if you can't reach that top right corner, you could swipe down to get your reachability. To the left or the center, you get your notifications, which are right there. You get your notifications. And then going from the center, when you go from the center and you swipe down, you get your search engine. Aside from that, Animojis, hilarious. I think it's probably one of the funniest things that is on here, and although that they threw that as a selling point for those, some people might look at it like skittish about why or how Apple would do this. It is insanely accurate, and so what I did was I made a little demo so you could see how insanely accurate this thing is, because I was just blown away when I saw this. So I'll let the camera go ahead and focus in, and I'll actually put the volume all the way up. And basically, I just want to give you guys this little clip. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Yeah! This thing is so accurate. It's almost freakishly scary how much, you shrug your face, you open your eyes wide open, you smile, you frown, you spit out like this with the horse emoji, and everything just gets picks up. Even when you pucker, like you could throw a kiss at somebody, and it just works. It's amazing. I was blown away by that. I actually like that a lot. This thing's being backed up by the A11 Bionics chip, and it has the neural engine that helps with the moderation with Face ID. So, A11 Bionic chip, 70% faster than the A10 Fusion. GPU is pushing out 30% faster reads than the A10 Fusion chip. The neural engine is basically going to help out with realizing when you start growing facial hair, when you start letting your hair grow long, or if you get a haircut, or you have sunglasses on. The iPhone 10 will know these things. The face recognition will pick these things up in moderation. And so you will never have to worry about locking yourself out of your phone because it'll know when you are doing these things. I think the only time that you would really have to reset your Face ID is if you basically shaved off your entire beard. And I can't confirm that yet, but I feel like that may be a hunch. As far as unlocking the phone, I've seen a couple of reviewers talking about how maybe during the sunlight or certain angles, or they might have trouble unlocking the phone or unlocking the device. I haven't had any of those issues. Purposely put myself in the dark. I've purposely put myself in bright sunlight. In a lot of scenarios where I would essentially think that it would not work, and to be quite frank, it worked every time, and it's amazing. There's no other way I could put it. It just works. Another great feature that's on the phone is the artificial intelligence, and we're talking to the point where I could go into my living room, and if I was gonna buy a sofa, I could view the sofa in my living room prior to purchasing it, so I know whether or not it's gonna, one, look good, two, fit. Another AR app that's out there, which I won't disclose the name of it because obviously I'm not sponsored or promoted by any of these guys, but it's like literally measuring tape, where you could literally measure out your living room so that if you did need to buy the sofa or desk or computer chair or whatever, you could get the appropriate lengths so you could see how far or how much space you have available to you to go ahead and do those type of things. So the AR has been mind-blowing. A lot of video games have been capitalizing on it, but once the year progresses and more people start capitalizing on AR, that's when I think you'll truly see innovation at its finest. Another great thing that the phone offers that should have been here a while ago, but knowing Apple, they don't like to be first, they like to be perfect. And so the Qi wireless charging. As long as the wireless base station that you have is backed by the Qi standard, you can essentially charge your phone on any wireless charging pad or station that you have at the house. One of the questions that I asked a few YouTubers that I haven't got a chance to get an answer back, which makes sense because I'm sure they're all busy, but it was a case. I went ahead and bought this white iPhone case, and I usually am very non-case person. When I had the iPhone 8, I never put a case on this thing because I'm not a person that drops their phone. So I didn't have a means for the case, and I didn't want the extra bulk. This phone is big enough already, and holding it in the hand isn't difficult, but imagine with a case, it'd be a lot more difficult. And so my fear with this phone was that was the case going to eliminate how good it feels in the hand? And I could honestly say that with this Apple case, at least with this Apple case, I mean, in other cases, there's slim cases out there that do just as good. But with this Apple iPhone case, it does not take away from the feel of the phone. The phone feels great in the hand. It feels solid. I don't feel like there's a bulk to it. It just fits. It just works. So if you're ever wondering about putting a case on this phone, I definitely would, especially if you're going to be coughing up $1,000 for this phone. Definitely put a case on it. But just know that if you do decide to put a case on it, it's not going to hinder the feel of the phone. It's not going to make a phone feel bulky. It just feels right. Those are basically my thoughts and reviews of the iPhone 10. Do I feel like anybody that has an iPhone 7 or 8, at that matter, do I feel like they should upgrade to this product? If you're a tech nerd, if you feel like you love the new of everything, you want all these cool features, then absolutely, by all means, for sure, go for it. If you're content with the phone that you have now, but you're still kind of in the wind as whether or not you want to upgrade to this iPhone 10, you could honestly wait. You could honestly wait, because at this point, this is going to be the standard for the future iPhones. This is going to be the standard. Moving forward, all iPhones are going to be no screen, all screen, no home button, facial recognition, Face ID, AR, and emojis. These things are going to be the new and improved for the upcoming years. As you see from Apple, anything that gets eliminated from this phone normally does not come back, which is not a bad thing, because we're in a day of age where everything, we're transitioning out from the old and into the new. I was fortunate enough to have AirPods, so with the AirPods, it really doesn't make a difference for me. Although some people don't have the luxury of having AirPods, they compensate and they give you adapters and things of that nature, so that if you don't have these particular items, now you can compensate for it. Lightning to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so it works. Anybody that has an iPhone 6 to 6S and is in need of an update or an upgrade, absolutely. This phone you will totally see a significant speed boost in performance, in battery life, in optimization, in all these areas. And so you will definitely appreciate this phone. Now, if you don't care for the all screen, if you don't care for the Face ID, and you just want the A11 Bionic, and you want the wireless charging, and you want the portrait mode from the rear-facing camera, then by all means, definitely go with the iPhone 8 or 8 Plus. Then I think that's where your cup of tea would be. But if you like all these features and it's time for the upgrade, then I think by all means this would be something really great. And that's pretty much it. I mean, guys, I appreciate you taking your time to go and check this video out. If you definitely like the video and you want to see more, shoot me a thumbs up. If not, you know what to do. If you want to subscribe, definitely help me towards getting more video content out there. I'll be doing a lot of tech reviews as far as computers, games, Apple, software, consoles, headphones, microphones, you name it, I got it. I will be doing more reviews for it. So, my name is Diabetic Steve. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next Go About. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed his video, because I didn't. He didn't even mention me. He was just talking about all these features. He was being a little jerk. Yeah. What was this alien talking about? This guy did an amazing job. Everyone, if you liked what he saw, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. He'll be here all week. Huh? Someone say panda?
Panda, 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 panda.